anywhere in the industry that you go, if you want to make a change to any established process, it is going to be difficult. It's not going to be, if you introduce a new process even in an ITS company, there's going to be resistance to it. I'll give an example of cloud in places where it has been established right now. One of the early adopters was in the ITS industry, who said that, hey, if a user is going to be buying machines for developing something, we're not going to give him a separate machine. We're going to establish a cloud, and you have to use the cloud. There is no alternative. There are three ways most companies took this. One, they said you have to use, which means that there is no alternative. You either take this or you get nothing. Right? Now that's one way of doing things. The second alternative is that they made the cloud alternative more attractive than the physical alternative. Either they did it because it was faster, or it was easier to get, or they said that easier to use, or it was simply faster. You could get a lot more dynamism out of it. The overall benefit to this adoption that happened was quite a bit to the ITS sector. We've seen a lot of that happen in the rest of the sectors as well. Now, where did the big advantages come from? The big advantages came from speed to action. Now, you were talking about rolling out a service, procuring equipment, doing all that process, to roll out a single service is complicated, right? Now, if you were rolling this out of a cloud, this is effectively per use, per hour, per day, per week, or whatever it may be, but available on demand, scale up, scale down. End of the month, there's a specific application that's going to take more workload. You move it up as required, right? That's one of the big advantages. Now, why would government departments adopt something like this? And a story needs to be built around that. There needs to be these reasons why citizens will adopt it, why government departments will adopt it, and how is that going to get enforced? Needs to get built. Is there a ready answer to it right now? I don't know. The complicated part in all that is that how do you build that story to make it effective, right? You have to show that advantage, and that advantage needs to be shown in different layers. Now, for the citizen, it's a lot easier. And you asked the question earlier, how many of you believe that it's going to change 2 years from now? I actually believe that it is already changing, right? There's 5 years ago to today, there has been a drastic change with how easy it is to deal with government. So the citizen side of it is actually easier to show advantage. Why? Because people are going to notice. If it takes me less time to go to an RTO to get something done, I'm going to go the IT way rather than the paperwork way. The next question is, how do I create that change within the government departments? And that's by making it easier, and that's what cloud's supposed to do. The effective premise of cloud is to say that make it easier to do things, right? Make it faster to get a service up, make it more efficient to run that service, and make it more efficient to manage the life cycle of that service, right? And once that happens, enforcement of that should become a little easier than it is today.